A lot of progress has been made with the PlayStation Core. Earlier this week, the developer tweeted that he had 60% of the SPU implementation done. The SPU is the PlayStation's sound processing unit, and he showed off some Metal Gear Solid cutscenes playing with full music, sound, and speech.
The nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured.
But he just couldn't sit down, relax, and take a break. He kept working, and several days later, he had the SPU feature complete. At that moment, it required 2 RAM sticks, and the developer said that he will start working on the single stick option. I thought we might wait a while for that, but the very next day, he had early builds that we can test with only 1 RAM stick. These builds can be downloaded from the MiSTer Discord's test build channel. I quickly tested it myself, and here's the PlayStation's boot sequence with sound using only 1 RAM stick. Then I tested 2 games. I first tried Return Fire. Sound effects worked, but didn't hear any music. Also, a full motion video sequence in the game was silent. I then tried a Resident Evil 2 demo, and both sound effects and music were working. But the game did eventually hang on me. After the developer is done with sound, he wants to work on other things such as improving analog video output, snack, and more. It's amazing all the progress the developer has made. It's only been less than a year since he first announced he's been working on a PlayStation Core. The Saturn core has also had some updates. There's been fixes to the Saturn custom sound processor, the first video display processor, and the math coprocessor. These chips are also known as the SCSP, VDP1, and the SCU. Also, the second video display processor, or VDP2, has added support for more features. Sergey, the developer, has posted a video on YouTube of the core running Sega Rally Championship, Blazing Heroes, Criticom, College Slam, Cyber Speedway, Nights into Dream, and Guardian Heroes. Going by the video, I can notice some huge sound improvements. I remember seeing older builds of the core and there being a lot of sound glitches. Now those sound glitches have been significantly reduced. It's a lot of great progress, and things are looking really good for a MiSTer Saturn core.
Jump! Right! Medium right! Check!
The Atari 2600 core has been superseded. Don't worry, you are still going to be able to get your Atari 2600 gaming fix, but from now on, you should be using the Atari 7800 core, which is fully compatible with the Atari 2600. The 7800 core already has some quality of life improvements for 2600 games that are not in the 2600 core. In the 2600 core, some games with special mappers required to be named with specific file extensions. On the 7800 core, these mappers are automatically detected, therefore, all your Atari 2600 games can all have the same file extension. All future updates regarding the 2600 are to be done on the 7800 core, so be sure to use that core if you want the latest updates. There is another MSX core being worked on. This one is dedicated to the MSX1. The current MSX core is a general core that supports the MSX1, MSX2, and MSX2 Plus. There are users who actually prefer a standalone core, so this new core should make those users happy. You can't update your MiSTer yet to receive this core because it's currently in a state that's only meant for developers. However, if you still want to try it out, you can head over to the project's GitHub to download it and manually install it to your MiSTer FPGA. Some weeks ago, I talked about a new computer core being created for the Tatung Einstein TC-01, a UK computer released in 1984 that was aimed primarily at small businesses, but it did have games developed for it. It has now been officially added to the MiSTer FPGA project, and it should start showing up in the list of computer cores. A new core for the arcade game Zero Wing has been made publicly available. Darren, the developer, hasn't had much time to work on it, so he decided to release it to the public. The core is still a work in progress, so it's not available through the MiSTer FPGA's update script. You will have to obtain it from the project's GitHub and manually install it yourself. Since it's a work in progress, expect there to be bugs. Zero Wing is an arcade side-scrolling shooter developed by Toaplan. This game achieved meme status with its All Your Base Are Belong to Us scene on the European port for the Sega Mega Drive. On its release, the game was really well received, so it's worth giving it a shot. MiSTer Downloader is an alternate script that will update your cores to the latest versions. It is meant to offer a more safe and robust experience while being much faster. If you're a user of the Update All script, then you're already using this script. A new version of this MiSTer Downloader has been released with a very cool filters feature. This filter feature allows you to specify specific cores you want downloaded. So if you only want the Super NES, Genesis, and NES cores to be downloaded, then you can specify those cores and have the script ignore downloading all other cores. The project's GitHub shows you exactly how to use the filters. The script has also been updated with all useful features that the older downloader had, so it's recommended that you upgrade to the new downloader, especially since the older one will lose support at the end of the year. If you use the Update All script, it will ask you if you want to use the new downloader the next time you run it. Check the developer's Patreon and GitHub if you want more details. And finally, other cores that have had some fixes and updates are the Acorn Electron core, the Acorn Atom core, and the Coco 2 has now added floppy support. So that's it for this episode. I provided links to all my sources in the description. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. And if you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button and its bell icon so you can get notified of future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you next time.